we're going to be watching Scipio, who's playing Winston on Hollywood. They're going to start on Junker Queen for one life. This is low plat, I assume it's like plat 5 on console. Help my crappy Winston play. Looking for any advice on this and general tank play you have. My trio group, Tank, Sim, Mercy, always struggles against the comp setup here. I'm trying to learn Winston to get better value out of Zarya, Genji, Liari type comps, but I'm struggling. Here are my thoughts. Probably should have went D.Va and focused their Mercy, who I felt really kept up the party. I got some value on the Liari and kept their Zarya from walking forwards at all times, or at times, but I couldn't finish anything or enable any picks, and they eventually just bowl us over. My biggest flaw is probably my sense with him. I played D.Va on tank, and her TTK, time to kill, for you wouldn't know, is so different, so I definitely am not making moves when I should, and vice versa. I always forget to charge my beam before I leap. Also couldn't get a finish with Primal, and didn't use it to enable more aggression with the free heals. Would love to hear your advice. Okay, so we'll take a look at this. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Probably not going to watch the whole thing. And I'm going to talk through kind of the reads for Winston and like what you really need to be doing. Because you were right that your game sense is probably the biggest area of improvement for you. So we're going to talk through like what you need to be doing and how aware you need to be of the battlefield. All right, so first life, we're just going to look at this quickly. Wait, one second, let me check the sound. We're good. Right out here, it's fine. Kind of poking at the choke. You lose 1, lose 2. Basically, no way that you win this fight already. I would note that if you're going to play Junker Queen, this is a kill you need to get. You can't play Junker Queen and not get this kill. Like at this point, you've done the hard work. Like you knifed her, you pulled her in, you hit her with the axe. You just need the one good shot to finish her, and you didn't get it. But like if you can't do that, like it's not. You're not really going to climb any further than Junker Queen because that's like a very straightforward combo for Junker Queen that you have to be able to land. Anyway, you're going to die here. That's fine. So let's focus on the Winston play. So we're going to come out. So for starters, I wouldn't play here. And the reason being is Winston's bad at long range, right? Or frankly, medium range too. He's bad at anything other than short range. So when this door opens, they're all just going to shoot you and just farm you for damage, right? They're just going to keep damaging, you can build ultimates, and then use the ultimates to bowl over your team. Meanwhile, you can fire a 50 damage charge every, 2.5 seconds or whatever, which works out to something like 33 damage per second. I was checking on the wiki. So you do 33 damage per second. So for perspective, a soldier standing here is going to do 174 damage a second, not including headshots. So that's just one DPS, right? Like not including anyone like a Junkrat or like the supports here. Like you don't want to be trading negatively if you can help it. So don't expose yourself here in this situation. On defense for Winston, your perspective should be, what are they trying to do? How do I stop them? And right now, they're going to take this space for free. You cannot reasonably contest this space. So you can just sit up here on high ground and wait for them to go somewhere. Because they have to go somewhere, right? Because the cart has to advance. So even if they all just clump on the cart, right, and they all clump on the cart over here, then you can drop on them, right? But usually they're going to flank, they're going to try the elevator, they're going to jump up top. There's a lot of things they're going to do, but you want to have health for when they go. And if you stay here, you're going to take damage in this situation and then not be able to jump when they actually do something. So for example, right now, I think you realize right away, wait, I can't stand here because the Junkrat's going to shoot at you, right? Which forces you down. And you don't take damage here, but it's putting you out of position to be able to stop anything that's going on elsewhere. That's why staying up top here is the default position for, I wouldn't even say high-level play, like mid-level play. For context here, this is platinum on console, but on PC, I would say that this is like high bronze-ish. The gap is really significant in terms of like the game sense and the mechanics. But like as you start climbing, you realize this is the default spot to play for the vast majority of tanks, is just playing up here, right, and just waiting for the enemy to make a move. Now, you get forced on the low ground, but what happens after you get forced to low ground? Well, let's pretend you were standing up here. Right, doors are going to open, right? Again, you shouldn't be playing there. Doors are going to open, you'd be chilling here, you wouldn't be taking any damage because you're just like staying here, brand cover, you're good, you're good. Oh, look, my Mercy's in trouble. Well, I could jump down here and I could bubble and save her, or I could just stand here on the edge and she should G8 me, right, Guardian Angel. But because there's nobody nearby, the Mercy's going to die. Is the Mercy out of position? Yes, the Mercy is grossly out of position. I have no idea what the Mercy is doing here. But I would presume that the Mercy is probably a lower rank than you are, would be my guess, based on what happens here. Which is fine. I mean, like, you play friends, this is sort of what happens. But my note here is, as a tank, you want to play in a position that allows you to be responsive, especially as a mobile tank, responsive to opportunities on the field. You have an opportunity here to save your Mercy, just by standing here. But if nothing else, you could drop down, body block, and bubble, and keep your Mercy alive. Losing your Mercy here makes it extremely unlikely you're going to win the next fight. right? The odds of winning go from 50-50 to like 25% chance that you're going to win this fight because your Mercy dies. Very, very important that if you're out of position, you can't do things to influence the fight, and now you're in trouble. Okay, so now you're down to support, you're forced to go back, and you're going to lose another DPS here. Okay, again, you standing here does not do anything to the enemy, right? The enemy is not going to slow down or stop in any way, because that's your goal in defense, right? Is to slow down or stop the enemy. You standing here as Winston does nothing, literally nothing. In fact, if anything, it encourages the enemy to push forward because they get free damage on you. So like you standing there does not help your team in any way. So what you should have done is stay high ground, wait for opportunities. Okay, look, Zarya's pushing here. Okay, I stop her or save my Mercy at least. Then Junkrat comes up here. Okay, Junkrat is diveable. I can go in the Junkrat, right? If your soldier stands on here and dies, so be it. Soldier shouldn't be here, but if he dies, like there's nothing you can do about it anyway. So you have the chances to do things here, and then as they come forward, you could go cart, you could stop the cart here, right? Just jumping on a cart, dealing with the Illari, the Mercy, etc., gives you a lot of possible value. But now you're down 2, and now there's really no way for you to contest. Genji realizes this, he goes on you, he damages, you really should just get out right now. There's like no reason to be fighting this, like it's a 5-on-3 right now. You definitely shouldn't be going here. I think you're going for the Mega. Oh man, at least you should have gotten the Mega. But yeah, you have to chill right now because again, you're down 2 players, which means you should not be fighting right now. There's almost no way, like even if you're a top 500 Winston, there's no way you can win this fight right now. Like it's just impossible to do this with 2 people missing right now as Winston. Like if you're playing like a high energy Zarya or maybe like a Junker Queen, like yeah, maybe it's possible, but right now as Winston, this is a mistake. So things get even worse right now. So you're gonna drop down and you're trying to contest this Junkrat. This is a mistake. You're probably trying to save your Bastion, but like you can't actually do anything here. And if they want to kill the Bastion, they will kill the Bastion in this situation. You're gonna walk in the trap, that forces Bubble out. As a general rule for Bubble should enable you to do damage. Try not to use Bubble to save teammates, if at all possible. And I would say my definition for good bubbles is you need to do at least 100 damage with the bubble that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Okay, 100 damage plus, good. 150, great. 200 plus, carrying. If you can consistently do 200 damage with the bubble, keep in mind you do 60 damage a second, right? So 200 damage, you get that 1 second if you're zapping 3 enemies. So if you're doing 200 plus damage per bubble, you are carrying, and you can like if you can do that every single bubble, you are almost assuredly going to win the game. But bad bubbles are things that are under 100, right? 50 to 99, bad bubble. Below 50, throwing. That is like actual throwing of the game. So we look at this bubble. How much damage does this bubble get you? 0, right? Like you don't do anything with this bubble. You have to use it to save yourself, which means you are throwing. Because you have no space generation, because all you did there was put a bubble up, they destroyed, and they just pushed through you. Again, let's do the vertical view right now, right? So just watch the cart from the beginning of this round. See? So the Illari is literally just sitting on the cart. It's just moving right now. No one is doing anything to slow down or stop this cart, which is going, inevitably towards the final point, right? Nothing is happening here that's stopping this cart. And a big part of that is because people are getting picked and you're not going at the right time. Like even look right now, you go in, this is a 5-on-1. Like yeah, you're gonna stop the cart for like a few seconds, but then you're gonna force out right away. It doesn't matter, right? Compared to, hey, where else could I have gone instead of going for the cart? I could have realized, hey, my soldier's over here, the Junkrat goes, I dive the Junkrat, he dies if I dive this Junkrat right now, right? Or I peel the Genji, give my soldier a chance in a one-on-one. But instead, you're fighting a cart and doing literally nothing here, and the cart keeps moving forwards. So it's tough to say like what exactly to do differently because you need to do everything differently. But I would start from the base format of, do I have all 5 heroes here? Or like, are we even or up in numbers? If not, I should try not to take the fight. Unless I literally have no choice. Like once the cart's here, you have no choice but to take the fight, right? Like because it's going to cap in a second and you want to take a fight before it ends. But other than that, try to take fights when you have everyone available, 1. 2, stay in positions that allow you to react to what is going on the battlefield. Okay? Like, I cannot emphasize that enough, is that you're just consistently taking bad fight after bad fight after bad fight. Like, they do not care about the fact that you're on the cart right now. You have 0 chance of killing this Illari, right? There's still a Mercy's, I think, damage boosting her while you're zapping. So, for the record, the Pylon heals 30 health a second, though it's actually not in range for part of this. Mercy heals 55, and you do 60 damage a second. Which means, if you're damaging an Illari while the Mercy is healing the Illari, with just the Mercy, it will take you, you'll do 5 damage per second net, which will take you an ungodly amount of time to kill the. It's mathematically impossible because you have to reload, right? It's literally impossible for you to kill the Yari. Even with Pylon, that halves the damage that you do, right? Which means it's still going to take you like 7 seconds to kill the Yari, but you can't actually zap for that long, so it's not going to happen, right? Even if you land on her and still zap, it's still going to take you a really long time to kill her, assuming she doesn't have Outburst. Like, this stuff is why it's so important to recognize, hey, can my team help me or not? Because if I'm forcing the Illari and the Mercy to both have to deal with me, and the Zarya, then my team is a 4-on-2 against everybody else that's going on. But if you just go by yourself, you don't do anything. Alright. So we're going to step forwards now. Again, you have no chance to contest. So the goal here is, okay, let the cart walk forward a little bit, let my regroup as 5, and then we fight 5-on-5. That should be your thought right now, because you're missing 1, 2, 3 heroes right now. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to go in. Again, I mean, like, if this is just like a temporary jump so you can get back out, that's fine. But if you seriously think that you could do anything here, it is not going to work. You shouldn't stay here right now because you can get poked down really easily because they can see you and they can shoot you, and your team is not here yet. This is a mistake. So, why is this a mistake? Again, 1, 2 heroes here. You're also half health and you don't have bubble because you just used bubble. So when you jump in right now, what is your plan? Now, you probably think, I'm going to pop Primal here to stay alive and fight. But this is the wrong time, because even with Primal, you have a 0% chance of winning this fight. I don't care if you're literally the best Winston in the world, it is impossible to win this fight with 5 people here and just you and the Fair. It's not going to happen. Like, if you and the Fair were literally the best players in the world in your position, you're still not going to win this fight. It's not going to happen, right? There's just nothing you can do here with so many people on your team missing, right? You get super low, Life Weaver pops Grip to try to save you, which is understandable. Now you're going to Primal. I don't know that this is going to do a whole lot. Decent swings here. I don't think you feel comfortable with the short jump technique, which I'm going to link, but you should definitely know how to do short jumps. Otherwise, it dramatically nerfs your DPS. I'm going to zap here, right? And then you can definitely kill the Yari. I would have jumped here to kill the Yari, but right-click there is fine. So you actually are going to win this fight, which is incredible, but a big part of that is that you simply stall long enough for your team to get in. I still think a better call would have been to not have jumped in at all and just waited like 6-7 seconds for your team to get here and then engaged, right? There's no real reason why anyone should die here on the opposing team. It's honestly kind of surprising that anyone dies here. Well, the Mercy is blue beaming from way back there. I mean, nobody really dies here. How does anyone die? Oh, you already takes a direct there. Yeah, I mean, it eventually sort of works out for you. This is what's unfortunate about, like, lower rank games. It's like weird stuff happens. So their team had a pretty massive advantage and really shouldn't have had any trouble repelling this. But it sort of works, but I don't think it was the right call. But regardless, we'll move forwards, right? So you have control of the doors, so this is a good position to be in. Right, yep, Zap the Mercy, they agree with that. You saw the Genji was low there. You go for the Zarya, I would not have jumped her here because she's going to have supports on the outside, right? So she's going to have the Mercy out here, the Yari should be here soon, and presumably she's going to have bubble. I don't know if you're tracking bubbles or not, but I would have felt there that she's going to have bubble, which is exactly correct. This is going to force your bubble just to get away. This is not a good trade. I would have tried to stay here and keep bubble for like a serious commitment, not like just a little poke like that. Bubble here would be super helpful if you had your own bubble. Symmetra pops wall, which is nice. When she does this, you have jump right now, I would immediately jump out to try to get out of Sunstruck. Right? Anything that crosses to the other side of the shield, like jumping the Junkrat, for example, or honestly just jumping the cart would have been better than getting hit by Sunstruck right now. Captive Sun, rather. So, trees up. You've lost 2. Zarya's never going to die. I think you realize that, which is good. Your whole team's dead. You need to get out. Okay, you're going to keep going. So you're also having trouble keeping track of where people are. So like the Yari's here, she's clearly on the right side of your screen, and then you like get very confused. But like these moments are so important for Winston because you don't get a lot of opportunities to zap people because of just the nature of your hero. So when you do get them, you got to be tracking them 100%. Like there's no reason for Winston to have an accuracy of less than 100 always with left click zap, not right click charge zap. So you've already lost so many heroes. I don't think you're tracking how many you've lost, but you've lost so many heroes. You could jump and kill. So if you did this a little bit faster, right now, right? Jump, melee kill, and she dies instantly. You lost that opportunity. You're just a little bit too slow on that, and you land too far. So you're going to land slightly ahead of her, which goes back to I don't think you have good control of your jumps. So you see how you land over here? You see how she's barely on the edge? You should be landing on her, right? Which is all 50 damage, plus melee is 30 more, so that's 80 damage, which would have instantly killed her. So that's a missed opportunity. So I think you really need to practice your jumps if you're going to be playing Winston more. Because I don't think you have good control of your jumps. It's like a critical part of the hero. So you're going to pop Primal here. I think that your better option would have been not to try to pursue this and just reset with your team. Right? If you jump here, get the kill or not, whatever. 2, 1. By the way, you have the Mega over here if you need it. But right here, I would just jump back and regroup with my team and then save Primal for like the next 5-on-5. Because you're effectively staggering right now. So you see how you're propping Primal, but like your team is not ready to engage at all. So there are 4 people back here, and they should just burn you down very, very quickly. Yeah, you're definitely not comfortable with your jumps. I can tell because right here, you could have done like a smack and then a short jump into the wall to deal more damage. But I don't think you, when people are close range, I think you exclusively swing because you're afraid of over jumping. There's no way to interrupt this. It's the right general idea, but like as Winston, you can't interrupt that right now. Genji's still farming you for damage. You have the opportunity right now, by the way, to jump here and get the Mega. So one jump here, you push jump one more time, not the leap, but the actual jump button to the Mega. You could have gotten the Mega instantly. Going for the Junkrat's a bad idea. You're gonna die. Yeah. So this is a good example of what I mean by just like the staggering problem. Like you pop Primal back here, but you get nothing done with it, which is what should have happened in the previous Primal too. Right? It's like everyone's being pocketed, everyone's being healed, right? Mercy even pops his ultimate and like pops the res. What are you gonna do here, right? Without your team, you can't really do anything. That's not the way Winston works, right? Winston is a huge space creator. Like Winston forces everyone to target him, but he doesn't actually do that much damage. And as you noted, your TTK is like way lower on Winston. It's dramatically lower. D.Va does 214 damage a second when she's using missiles and guns, right? Winston does 60. It's not even close. D.Va does 3.5 times as much damage as you. So you need to like recognize you're mostly about space creation than you are about kills. All right. Okay. Maybe we'll watch some D.Va too. That's fine. All right. Setting up. Yeah, I like the off angle. I think this is fine. I would be careful using missiles for exactly this reason. So when he pops missiles here, I don't want to feed missiles into him, so I would just turn away. But I wouldn't activate missiles at all here because I would expect him to grasp soon. So your goal here should actually be to take this car, right? I would look for an opportunity, if I have all 5, is to fly over here, right? Matrix on the way in so I don't take too much damage, and then sit in this car and then force them back by playing the car. You staying in the open means there's no cover for you or your team, which means you're going to get burned down. Yeah, now you're too low, right? So now you're 261 health. So your opportunity was here, right? You could have just walked forwards with DM and taken this car right away, and you'd already be moving to the next phase of the fight. But because you back off here, now you're getting burned. Because at this distance, you do no damage, right? I hope you know that you do like almost no damage at this range. You need to walk forwards. Rock goes off. Right, now you have to wait to get healed. By the way, Mercy's a bad healer, so it's unfortunate whenever she's healing you. Yeah, I was gonna say Rock is a problem because you can get burned down through Rock, right? Right here, he has Rock. Use boosters to go to the right, right? Oh, Rock's coming, boost to the right, and then come back and sit behind this car. Literally just go behind the car and you win this fight. Like, if you have 600 health and you're sitting behind this car, they have to back up to the choke. There's no choice. So just understanding like what you need to do to move forward is really important, right? Trying to take the car when you have 300 health is not going to work. Like, is your team even here? Your team's here. Where's your Reaper? Reaper's like on a flank or something. Yeah. See, this is why I mentioned earlier is why Rock was so dangerous, because you can get demech'd while bursted down here, which is what happens, because you can't even get in time to get mech back up. Yeah, so this is really unfortunate. All right, reset. Still playing. Okay, we're playing Reinhardt now. I think you have a charger opportunity right now. I would have gone for it because it's a relatively, it's a low risk, high reward situation. Yeah, Genji's low. Okay, great. He goes. I fire strike there. Yeah, try to get the kill. Perfect. Good. Yeah, that's good. So you're 4 and 4 right now. Your Reaper's respawning though. You have close spawn. I wouldn't worry about killing that pylon because they're already backing up anyway. This is a waste of a fire strike. I would have kept pushing the choke. Like, this is a big part of, like, if you play the game more, you understand, like, what people are going to do. This pylon is useless, and it's about to be useless, but you waste a fire strike and your time walking towards it. But time is everything, right? I want to be walking in right now while they're out of position and catch them before it goes in. Always block Sigma rocks. There's no excuses for Reinhardt to ever not block it. Alright, so they're down 2. Yep, keep pushing. Honestly. Oh, no, the Mercy's going. Yeah, that's a good call. So, you did this swing. You somehow missed that one. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So Genji or Junkrat got rezzed. Tire's coming. I would immediately fire strike this doorway. Rip that Reaper. Okay. This is still winnable though, right? They only have 3 here. You have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. This is still winnable. This is 100% still winnable. I would body block for that or shield for that soldier right now. I saw right away, right? You can see your soldiers low right now. Sigma's attacking. Walk forward right now to this choke, and then shield. And then this rock never kills him. Now that the soldier's dead, it's going to be hard to win this fight, but... Yep, this is fine. Fire strike, cancel! Right? Sigma Grasp lasts only 2 seconds, so... Right? Swing, fire strike, cancel right now, right? Fire strike right now, and the Sigma will very nearly die. He would have had like 2 health, but you're going to get it anyway. But I'm just noting that just to be efficient, you should have fire strike canceled there. You also don't know the camera swing technique because you could have hit the Junkrat right here. So you see how you miss? You're going to barely miss him, but if you tilt your camera, you would have hit him. I'll link a video that explains how to do that as well. Blades popped. So I understand the shatter here. However, you don't actually have the team to back this up. I think it's a good like awareness to think, okay, that's a possible counter to Blade. But without the team here, this is actually a mistake, and you should just die and reset. So that's, I think, also something that's so important. It's like understanding like when to reset, like when is a fight over, and I just need to save resources for the next fight. Because having shatter right now is huge, right? You shatter 3 people, this fight's over. But oh no, yeah, do not fire strike into deflect. Like this right here is no good. He's deflecting long before you pop this fire strike. Right. So I like that you're being aggressive, right? Going in for the Genji. Alright, he dashes. So, fun thing. Genji goes here, right? As you're forcing him away. Right here, I back up to this doorway, and I just wait. I stop swinging and I wait. Because he has to dash somewhere from here. He's super, super low. He has to dash to either this door or this door. If it's this door, I'm standing right here. I'll kill him immediately. If it's this door, my team probably kills him immediately. So that is what you should have done here. Is he going to get away? He is going to get away. That's unfortunate. This is a bad fire strike. I see a window, so I'm going to fire strike, even though there's nothing here. This is a gutsy charge. You had no idea what was there, but I think like the tempo was okay. Yeah, you kill the Sig. Yeah, just stay alive. Good charge. I like this charge. I think you need to decide if you want to go for Genji or you are there. You don't know about shield hopping either, so that is an important technique you need to learn. I'll link a video that explains all these techniques, but these are things that you need to know if you're going to play Reinhardt. Oh, that person was low. Alright. Yeah, good charge. Oh, mechanics are off. You can see already that you're off to the right too far. Right? Come to the left. That fire strike's not on target. I think they can find this charge. Yep, that's good. I got lucky, get the pin there, but... Alright, so we capped. Push forward. Yep, taking high ground. I think this is all good. Yes. Yep, keep hitting her. No, don't go for the pylon, just kill her. Reinhardt does a lot of damage. You don't need to worry about the pylon. Right? Like, once you're up here, if the ER doesn't have outburst, this is a kill. Just follow her, right? Like, one more swing or one fire strike kills her in this situation, because she only has 75 health. 71 health, right? So in either way, this was a kill. You just let her survive by letting her walk away there. Like, pylon doesn't do nearly as much healing as you think it does. Like, pylon is good for poke scenarios. It's not good for, like, rushdown or like, committed fight scenarios, because it doesn't heal enough. Like, it's still helpful, but it's not, like, once you're, like, fully engaged, it's not going to change anything. So this is a problem if you don't control high ground, is they just stand up there and they just kill your backline. Right? So you see how helpless you feel right now? It's because you haven't taken high ground. It's not your job to move the cart. It's your job to clear this. right? They're just constantly attacking your low ground, right? Your Mercy's getting zoned right now. Going to Sigma. Sigma does a good job rocking you. So as a reminder, always think rock for Sigma. Always think rock for Sigma. You must block the rock. Rock has a huge wind-up time. If you don't block the rock, you are never going to be successful as Reinhardt against Sigma. It's very, very easy to block. Like, it's not like, oh, it's hard. Like, you have a lot of time to block rock. So, you also, honestly, I would have just picked the Mega and kept pursuing the Sigma. Because, like, I got to kill him at some point. He's going to be behind my team now. And this is going to be annoying. Right? So now he's here. He's going to lift you both. Poor Genji's. Yeah, now everyone just gets shredded. So, like, you're not going to win this fight. Probably shouldn't win this fight. They got 4 people here. They should kill your Mercy second. Yeah, you're not going to win this fight. Alright, so we're in reset territory. That's fine. Again, that was a good example of why you shouldn't have used Shattered there. Like, you weren't going to win. I knew you were going to win the fight even before you Shattered. Right? You're just down too many people. Another rock that you got to block. Like, think about how long you have to block this rock. Right? This is a lot of time to block that rock. But now that he doesn't have rock, I'd push him aggressively, right? Junkrat or no, like, you're basically full health. I'd keep... Oh, no, you're walking to the trap. You saw him put it down, too. So... Right there, you see him toss it and deploy it. You looked at it like I thought you saw the trap as well, but apparently not. But... Yeah, Fire Strike through that. No! Right? This is an opportunity to throw a Fire Strike, right? You can throw it over the top of Wagon and potentially get a double kill, or just throw it to try to kill the Genji. Or the Junkrat, rather. Not using that as a huge whiff. Alright, you're on the Sigma, but you shouldn't focus on Sigma. You should actually walk past them, go for the Oyari. But with Rock, you should block the Rock. Yeah, you're gonna lose here. Oh, your Mercy res the BAP, so like maybe you have a chance. I think it's unlikely though. Yeah, you're gonna die here. All right, you still no, you don't. You're not gonna make it back to the cart in time. Okay, so let's stop there. So overarching tips, I think number 1, you need to keep track of how many people are alive. Like that's like very clearly, you either aren't keeping track or you don't know what to do when you're down. So that's number 1. Big thing is how many people are alive. What do I need to do? Should I be pushing? Should I be retreating? Right? Should I be suiciding? Got to know that. That's big number 1. Overarching across both heroes. As Winston, you need to be staying on defense. You need to be staying in a central position, and you need to be looking. Okay, what do I do? Where do I go? Right? What are the opportunities that are available to me? And you need to work on your jump mechanics. As Reinhardt, I think you also need to work on your mechanics, but I think you need to read like when, this applies to D.Va too, but like when to push and when to chill. But honestly, I think your Reinhardt play looked better than both your D.Va play and your Winston play. I think your Reinhardt play feels fine to me. Like for your level, like I think that Reinhardt play feels pretty reasonable. I think you need to sorry. I think you need to block rocks though. Really important to block rocks, because the rocks stop a ton of your pressure here during the course of the game. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'll link a bunch of resources, and hopefully this will be helpful.